Very dear friends, not the government, because you all know what I'm thinking about the federal government so far. First of all, I would like to start by saying to all of you a very thank you very much for regarding my videos and my emails. I am taking times to make all of them, okay? I'm also checking what I'm saying. As I said, I will always tell the truth, but I am always verifying if really I'm telling the truth. But it's true, I'm telling the truth. There is no question about that. Okay, as you know, I am totally against the Government of Canada, GOC, for what Mr. Trudeau has been doing so far, for what Mr. Harjit Sajjan has been doing so far, for what Mrs. Diane Leboutillier has been doing so far, and for all the politicians who have been doing so far, you know, because to be a politician, you have to be a good liar. If you can lie, you can be a good politician. If you can lie perfectly, you can be a good prime minister. And the ministers is just about the fucking same than any member of parliament, because they are, okay? I was watching the news last night, and they were talking about Mrs. Wilson-Raybould, that she was going to talk later on today or something, and I'm just wondering if he is going to tell the truth, or he just going to tell whatever Mr. Trudeau told her to say, you know, because Justin Trudeau is not a good man to be a prime minister. Mr. Justin Trudeau is just a fucking idiot. Just by telling it, I can say right now that, you know, I am totally against Mr. Trudeau and his fucking liberals. I always hated liberal until, but so far I always hated the liberal for what they have been doing. Either they were provincial or either they were federal. But as for federal, the liberals, it doesn't make any sense, you know. Since Mr. Pierre Trudeau has been doing for our country, and for what Mr. Justin Trudeau has been doing, and for what Mr. Jean Chrétien has been doing, and for what Mr. Paul Martin has been doing, and for what Mr. Harper has been doing, you know, they have all been doing wrong things for our country. And this is us, at the end of the line, who will have to pay for it. It's all like that, always like that. If you notice here, where's my finger, they're all DVDs, okay? I have a lot of DVDs here, you know? I remember at one time, I have 1,700. I sold them all to a video place. They had bought it for almost nothing. And on the other room here, there's a full bag of DVDs. But the thing is, you know, I'm saying it without being afraid of whoever might come here try to steal me. But the thing is, if I have a good alarm system here, I'm protected all the way, you know. I should not be talking about that because it is not your concern. It is no one else's concern beside me, okay? Anyways, enough talk about that. Let me talk to you about hackers, okay? If I'm not mistaken, hackers that came along not too far ago, they were coming from out west, like western country, okay? I would say like Germany, Russia, China, and North Korea, and all those fucking places. Well, I can tell you right now, the hackers are always young people. The old people that are doing hacking stuff, it's because they have something against the government. Like myself, for instance, I have a lot against our government, but I'm not to a point that I'm going to hack them because it's not worth it doing that, you know. It's not really worth it, you know. Even though you try to hack someone, it's not worth it, you know. Before, it used to be worth it because, you know, there were too many people that were sending people to shit elsewhere. But I mean, you can always claim to be a good Canadian citizen, and you can always claim to be a good person. But as I say, when I say good person, it's very unique. It's very big because you are a person before being a Canadian citizen. I am a person, I am also a Canadian citizen, but before I am a person. And you know what I mean by that. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. Because a person can go anywhere, except for Canadian citizen, that you cannot go anywhere you want, because you will always be blocked at the frontier. But if you're a person, you're not attached to any country, I've seen that in the past. But it was not good at all, because you can always be arrested once you're on the country. Let's say a communist country where they have a huge dictator, where they had a lot of dictators in the past. It's no good. Here in Canada, you know, we've been saying that we had dictators serving our country. It is the truth, you know. It's true, because here in Canada, the government, whatever it is, provincial or federal, there is always corruption, there's always collusion, and you can't go along with it, you know. It's very bad, because the citizens all find out what corruption is, and they all find out where is the corruption, you know. The corruption is always at the government, especially at the federal, you know. It's very bad, because whatever Mr. Trudeau does wrong, well, he is a prime minister, he's the one who's going to have the last word on it. So, saying that he's going to have the last word, he can always avoid things against him, because, you know, he's using his title to stop everything against him. So, in other words, he can do whatever he wants, he can do whatever he likes, you know. It's very bad. If you think of it, you know, myself, I've seen that Mr. Justin Trudeau has been wrong all the way, because he has done so many bad shit here. Canada Revenue Agency, it is an organization that they don't know where they're going right now, because I did call a Canadian Revenue Agency at one day. I was speaking to 3 supervisors there, and the 3 supervisors had 3 different answers. Okay, so which one was I able to use? You know, there was no nothing. The silence of the government of Canada on my case is very eloquent. You know, if you look at it, well, they would always come to me and saying that, okay, we're going to look at your case, and we're going to come back with the final decision on it. But the final decision is always bad, because whenever it comes from the federal, you know, it's always bad news. Always, all the time. That's what I've noticed, you know. It is very bad to use bad news against yourself, because if you ever go to court, you know damn well that you're going to lose, because they will always use all kinds of laws that you're not informed that they're existing, you know. They will always invent all kinds of laws against you in order to win their trial, you know. A trial is there, but the judge doesn't mean that it's going to be with you. The judge can always be against you if you're not talking properly, or if you're using bad example, or if the evidence are missing, you know. So you won't have the judge working for you. As for Canada Revenue Agency, those people there, you know, they're not intelligent, you know. They're not at a good space right now, because, you know, Canada Revenue Agency belong to the federal, and the federal, you know, they're crook, and the Canada Revenue Agency will be crook all the time. There are so many often in court that they lose their case, but even though if they win the case, but it's not accurate. Myself, I consider that Canada Revenue Agency is a place where you can sleep all the time, or play card on your monitor, or do fuck all, but no one will notice. Thank you.